I'm Alex Curry here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. Good morning, guys, and happy Friday. How we doing?
Good morning, Skip Bayless. How you doing?
Why do you have that on?
Well, cause goat. Hold on, and then baby goat. You know, I got baby goat too. Hold on, let me get that.
I got big goat, but baby goat ain't quite got horns yet. But after this playoff performance, he gonna grow him some horns, and he gonna be a big goat too.
Wait a second, that's bighorn sheep over
No,
there.
there's a baby, there's a baby goat. There's a baby goat. Skip.
Which is it?
Skip. You know, I
calling
want
LeBron a bighorn sheep?
No, baby goat. A big goat.
I don't get
Skip,
it.
Every morning.
Wait. I got to get this straight.
Okay.
You lost yet another case of Diet Mountain Dew to me, and you're wearing the goat mask to celebrate losing to me?
It's kind of like the war, Skip. You know, you might lose Antietam, you might lose Gettysburg, but at the end of the day, you get someone that's a runner. Every morning you come out here, and every day
They didn't lose Gettysburg.
You tweet, Skip, but don't think I don't know. You be tweeting.
Yep.
The Clippers would be up 2-1.
Yep.
The Clippers would be up 3-1. I just want to remind the people.
Yep.
That's what the Clippers did.
Did you eat at your own restaurant last night because it's for losers?
No. We won.
Right? You lost the bet. That's all that I care about.
No,
you lost the bet.
I'm going to get it
and
back.
by the way, you wearing a goat mask and your man went 1 for 4 in the fourth quarter? Is that goatish or ouchish?
19.
That's like ouch.
9 points.
Huh.
9 points.
Wow.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let us go on that. You got me.
Oh, Clippers show.
Yeah, they did.
Huh.
Say it with me. Say it. Didn't it?
I don't know. I can't remember. I got short-term memory. I'm like a cornerback. If you beat me, I just forget it.
Okay, quarterback.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Way to go.
All right, well, let's get to last night's game because Game 4 came down to the wire once again. LeBron and Anthony Davis combined for 60 points, just 10 short of Shannon's prediction, but they were able to secure the win and go up 3-1 in the series. The Lakers outscored Denver on second chance points 25-6, thanks to their offensive rebounding down the stretch. So, Shannon, what is the biggest reason that the Lakers won?
Well, it's been basically the same thing in this series, Skip. Whoever 2 stars steps up, plays the best, thus that's the team that wins the game. And for the most part, the Lakers' 2 stars, LeBron and AD, have played better than Jokic and Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray was phenomenal last night, Skip. He made some shots last night, Skip. He ain't have no business making. He tried to be like Jordan. You remember how he came? I mean, he split the lane, hung up in the air. LeBron thought he was going to block it on one side, and somehow he able to kiss the English off the other side.
Posterize LeBron.
Don't do that, Skip. See, there you go. See? And then he comes with a running away from the basket, left-handed shot. He was hitting some.
That was an even better shot.
It was. I would concede that.
Yep.
But Skip, down the stretch, you talk about, see, this is where my man separates himself from all the other pretenders for his crown. He's willing to take Murray got it going. Don't worry about it. I got this. No help. I got it. When Jimmy Butler had it going, Giannis said, well, that's not what the coach asked me to do. When Jamal Murray got it going in 5, 6, and 7, nobody could cool him off. The 2 greatest wing defenders in the NBA since Scottie and Mike. And they couldn't do anything with him. We got a 35-year-old in year 17 with all the minutes on his legs, Skip.
Yep.
Kawhi Leonard is 29. Paul George is 30. Giannis is probably 25 or 26. They wanted no part of the other team's guy when he got it going.
Yep.
LeBron said, let me get this. Let me handle this. And did it. What did Jamal Murray do in the fourth quarter, Skip? Isn't that his money time? Isn't that the time that he rises and shines?
He has been.
Okay, but with that guy said, no, I'm not going to let you do it. Before I go any further, Skip, old Frankie B be watching the show, doesn't he? Who started the game last night?
Who's been sitting over here saying the whole series, you got to have Dwight on Joker?
Started.
JaVale can't guard Joker.
Started.
Dwight's got edge. Dwight, he's got physicality.
He does.
He's got some nastiness to him. He's got savvy to him.
Crashing the boards. He's making Joker work on one end, and it looked like Joker was a little fatigued. And see, Skip, he's darting.
Got him in foul trouble.
He's on the left side. Joker thinks he's on the left side. Next thing you know, he's on the right side, stripping the ball away. He's in and out. He's fainting him, doing a lot of different things. And Dwight's running up and down the court. And Joker's got to run up to try to keep him, because if he doesn't, Dwight's going to be at the rim dunking the ball home. So give Frank Vogel credit. Give Dwight. Say, Dwight, look, we need you to play. No more shenanigans. You see how he played last night? Dwight can do that, Skip. He don't have to throw the ball. He don't have to all those antics, getting a jar and matching with the officials. Just go play basketball.
It was extremely crucial to the Lakers what he did last night.
And AD was sensational, Skip. He was sensational. I mean, the first half, it seemed like he couldn't miss. And even though, and people, you know what, Skip, and I went back and they had the game on. I was watching the game. The reason why AD can't get no rebounds, Skip, they taking the ball out the net. If they stop letting the Nuggets shoot 55%, they shooting 60%. How you get a rebound? You don't get a rebound when you take the ball out. Dwight Howard's getting rebounds, though. But give the Nuggets credit, Skip. The thing is with the Nuggets, there's a reason why they're the best in the third best in the clutch in the playoffs. You better execute. If you don't execute, they're going to make some unbelievable shots. They were making some unbelievable shots down the stretch, and the Lakers had to match that. And when they fouled them, Skip, we know the Lakers are not a good free throw shooting team. But down the stretch, AD and old Goat Jay, what do you do down the stretch in the free throw line, Skip? That's what we need. And we need a couple of timely shots. KCP hit a few. We got Rondo doing Rondo-ish things. Rondo hit a big three. He hit a mid-range jumper, Skip. Rondo has been phenomenal. And that's what they need. LeBron can go to the bench and get a couple of quality 5-6 minutes of rest. Probably normally like 3 or 4 at a given stretch. But he can get rest. They're playing Jamal Murray 45 minutes. They're playing Jeremy Grant. What Jeremy Grant played? 43 minutes. Those LeBron James is getting quality rest. Skip, that was a big-time win. That was a big-time win for the Lakers, and they needed that. They had to dig down. Now, the question is going to be moving forward, how bad is Dwight's ankle? Because it looked like he got it pretty good, Skip. He was hobbling a little bit. I mean, he had 10 points in the fourth quarter. He and LeBron combined for 19 of the 27. You know, he was hobbling, but Go Jay said, hey, I want Jamal Murray. All I want to know is name the time you've seen other guys do that. Giannis turned it down. We saw Jimmy Buckets have it going in game 1, and Giannis wanted no parts of it. We saw what Jamal Murray did to Kawhi and Paul George in games 5, 6, and 7 in the fourth quarter. You saw what my guy did. You have to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, Goat James will provide one for you.
You sound like you've heard that before.
Hey, yo, you know your boy supposed to have been a lawyer now.
That sounds like it's been read to you.
No. They ain't read it to me.
My turn. The 2 MVPs for the Lakers last night were not LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Who were they?
They were Frankie Vogel and Rob Pelinka, who the day before this game put together a highlight or lowlight video of all the fouls that should have been called as LeBron drove the ball, and they sent it to the league office, and it worked. Message delivered, message received. Referees last night told, hey, let's look a little harder at this. Let's be a little more alert to fouls that should be called on LeBron. But it works both ways. You can also say be alert to fouls that shouldn't be called on LeBron when he is defending somebody else. So all of a sudden, the free throw line just tilted in favor of the Lakers. Am I right about that?
Well, we got a few.
You shot 35. And to your credit, this is unusual for you except for AD. He's like a machine from the free throw line. 28 of 35. That will work. That's how you won the game. 28 of 35. I will give you this. LeBron made fourth quarter free throws. It just wasn't ever a pressure situation.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't where, it's do or die, LeBron. You got to make these two to tie it or win it. It never got to that point.
No, he had to keep.
He's okay until it gets to that point.
Keep the distance. We got to keep the distance.
Keep the distance. It's called front running. Okay, so the Lakers made 28 free throws.
Yes.
And the Nuggets, wait a second. They only shot 23 free throws. So you made 5 more than they shot. Was that not a huge difference in that game?
Yes.
Way to go, Frankie V. Way to go, Robbie P. Because they sent the correct video to the correct person in the league office. And somebody in the league office said, you know what? They're right, because we don't really want the Nuggets in the NBA Finals.
Oh, my goodness.
We want LeBron in the NBA Finals. I want LeBron in the NBA. Who doesn't want LeBron in the NBA Finals?
Well,
right?
so what's going on with the Heat? Because it sure looked better if it was the Lakers and the Celtics.
Well, I disagree with that.
No, Skip. look, the Heat are great.
As long as you have LeBron, it doesn't matter. The Heat are a cuddly little underdog. Everybody's falling in love with the Heat and diving on their bandwagon.
Even you.
I think it's just okay. It'll be just fine. But again, Lakers will win it in 5.
There you go.
Like
Nobody listens to you, Skip. Go ahead, finish your
Okay,
point.
so here we go. Here's the story of the night. It started with 2:29 left in the first half. Nuggets are hanging around, as Teddy KGB said in Rounders. And something happens to LeBron James, if we could see what Jamal did to him, because this is one of the all-time trick shots at the rim. Yeah. It looks like LeBron is going to posterize Jamal, and LeBron gets reversed. We see up and under, and all of a sudden, LeBron gets reverse posterized by Jamal. and LeBron is left just swiping at air, thinking he was going to have a big block on Jamal Murray, and he has nothing but air, and Jamal has nothing but net. And it was a stunner. It brought down Twitter, and it was LeBron got embarrassed. Yeah. Okay? So LeBron, highest IQ in basketball. I'm sure he sits and broods and steams in the halftime locker room. I gotta wipe that off my record, man. I gotta get even. So as he senses what's happening in the fourth quarter, it's a 3-point game, a 4-point game, a 5-point game. It's still teetering. Mm-hmm. He said with about 5.5 minutes left in the game, you know what? I got to take him. Mm-hmm. I got enough legs left. I got enough gas left in my tank. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take this kid. This kid had been fairly hot. He had 28. It wasn't like he was crazy Utah Jazz hot, but he was still making shots. Okay, so with 5:34 left, LeBron takes him for the first time, if we could start to see this. And the first thing he does is he bodies him up down the lane a little bit, and he fouls him. And I thought that was a foul, and Frankie V is trying to defend his man LeBron, hoping they can get the call, and he challenged it, and they lost. So here he comes back, and it's still their ball, and LeBron's up into him, and this is a bad idea, bad pass, and it was because LeBron was pushing on him, and now they go to the other end, and KCP just nails it. That was a huge shot. And then here we come back again to the other end. He drives on the King, and the King does a good job. It could have been a body foul. Right. Could have been. You could have gotten it called. It would have been a superstar call. Right and there. You get a quick bunny at the other end on the break. And then here he comes again on LeBron. That was the best defense of the night. And we come right back down the court, and Rondo is going to. This is a dagger. That was a big. Yeah, that was a big shot. At that point.
That was really a big shot. Yep.
7, I believe, and that was the end of that deal. Okay, so the point is, both those drives by Jamal Murray could have been called fouls. The first one for sure, but the second one, LeBron played great defense because he beat him to the punch. Mm-hmm. And remember, Jamal is 6'4". Your man is 6'9". Right. So if he can at least hang with him in quickness to the rim,
just get to the point before you
get to the point. Mm-hmm. He is going to have a hard time shooting over you.
Correct.
And you saw him; he was teetering off balance awkwardly. He had nowhere to go on either of those shots. If they'd called a foul on the first drive, maybe he goes and makes 2 free throws, and now you got a dicier game to try to deal with. Mm-hmm. But I am impressed. I will admit, LeBron sucked it up and said, I'm going to do this. And by the way, on that first turnover that Markieff got his hand on, that was because LeBron just jumped Jamal at the top of the circle, and Jamal sort of panicked for a second, like, really? You're going to guard me this hard?
After fighting over the screen in the corner.
What I'm saying. You're still here?
Right.
And he says, I got to bounce this to Joker. And it was a bad idea because there's too much traffic in there. Mm-hmm. And you get the quick bunny going the other way. It's the KCP 3, actually. Right. Okay, so the point is, I will give you all of the above. But here's the key stat of the whole night to me. This is the one you should hang your hat on.
Yes.
Jamal Murray has been crazy hot from the 3-point line against Utah, against the Clippers, and even against the Lakers in the first 3 games. Do you see your final stats?
Yeah, he was 0 for.
0 for what?
0 for 3.
He only took 3 threes, and he missed all 3, and one came late when the game had been decided, and he missed it badly.
He was 0 for 1. If I'm not mistaken, he was 0 for 1 in the fourth quarter.
Okay, but that was it.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Right.
And he missed it anyway. But he had only attempted 2 threes until the waning minutes. I'm going to remind everybody, so far through the playoffs, through the first 3 games of this series, Jamal Murray had made 8 clutch time 3-point shots. That's the last 5 minutes if the game's within 5.
Correct.
8. that had tied Steph Curry from the 2016 playoff run, okay? So it's extraordinary what he was doing, and all of a sudden, the Lakers made it their point of attack. Don't let him get loose at the three-point line because he couldn't find one. He would hunt it, and he couldn't find it, and finally he'd say, okay, I got to drive it, or I got to pull up. Okay? So you won the game because I'm going to show you. In the first 3 games, he was 9 of 22 from 3. That's 41%. Against Utah, he was 32 of 60 from 3. That's 53%. That's crazy. Silly numbers. And then against the Clippers, 21 of 48, which is 44%, which is still crazy. Okay? And you did that to him. And furthermore, look at what you did to Joker in the fourth quarter, would you? 0 for 4 in the fourth quarter. That's 2 straight fourth quarters in which Jokic has come up goose eggs. He scored 2 big zeros in 2 straight fourth quarters, in part because of Dwight, although Dwight didn't play in the fourth quarter last night.
Dwight took a lot of steam out of him early.
Took it out of him. Plus, he's in foul trouble, and he's off balance, and he's out of sync, and he had a couple of little tips in the fourth quarter.
Think about it, Skip. Dwight had 6 offensive rebounds. And he put it back, got an and one, dunked the ball home. And so that's what he's doing. We got 25 to 6 second chance points. They finally pounded because the Lakers should never lose the rebounding battle. Not as big a team as they are. And they can play a multitude of ways. They can go Twin Towers and LeBron. And that is a big team.
What'd they have in game 3? 25?
They had 25 rebounds.
25 rebounds. Last night they had 41 to 33 for the Nuggets. That's what it should be every night.
Because remember, Skip, Portland, if I'm not mistaken, Houston out-rebounded them, I think, in game 1. Portland might out-rebounded in game 1. And that shouldn't happen when you have those 2 big guys plus LeBron. But, Skip, that was the difference. The difference was Dwight. Dwight Howard played a huge role. I believe he's going to start. Well, I don't believe. I know he's going to start again in game 5. And he just has to play his head. He did a great job because he's forcing Jokic to use a lot of energy. On the flip side, Skip, they're doing the same thing to LeBron because he's guarding Michael Porter Jr. and Jeremy Grant. And Mike Malone is telling him, you got to go at him. You got to make him work. And you look at Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant is going at him. Michael Porter Jr. is going at him because they got to take some of that sting out of him so he doesn't have it all on the offensive end. So he's playing 38 minutes, but he's having to play 38 minutes, having to sit in the chair on a couple of occasions also, Skip. Even when they put him in the zone and he's on the back line, he's running from corner to corner. So he's expending a lot of energy. Give him kudos for that. But Dwight Howard and Rondo played phenomenal last night. Skip, I just want to know one thing. Is Kuzma going to try to play any defense? I'm talking about like any. Okay, Skip, just a little. Will he just like, if the guy run by and pinch him, will he do that? Will he try to stick his foot out and trip him or something?
I got a better question. Does it really matter whether he plays any?
Yeah, Skip. He's giving he's giving Michael Porter Jr. what? Skip, how many times you going to run by the guy pump fakes you, you run by him, and he nails a 3? How about run him off the 3? That's what they were doing to Jamal Murray. Run at him. So he runs off the 3, and if he hits a 2, okay. LeBron was just like, I can't believe this Joker. He did it twice, giving a matter of like 2 minutes.
So think of what's happened. In a year's span, we went from Kuzma at Memphis shoving LeBron out to guard a three-point shooter to Kuzma doesn't play any defense, and LeBron is locking down Jamal Murray to end the game. Okay? That's what's happened. But if that's the worst of your problems, I think those are good problems to have. Because the truth is, Dwight Howard is a former Defensive Player of the Year.
3 times.
He played like it last night. And Rondo has a ring, and he played like it last night. And there is this term called playoff Rondo. And he made yet another appearance last night and changed the game for a crucial stretch. Denver doesn't have a Dwight and does not have a Rondo. And by the way, KCP just keeps making big shot after big shot.
He does.
And so if you can hold Jeremy Grant down to 17 and Michael Porter Jr. down to 13, you're going to win because your 2 stars weren't better than your 2 stars.
Can we get Danny Green to give us a little more than 3?
You're complaining about immaterial developments that will not matter. This is going to be over in 5 games. We'll discuss this more a little bit on the show. But I called it in 5. It will be in 5. And I just once again would like to congratulate LeBron James on winning his 4th ring.
Nah, we don't do that. Like, I remember rest his soul, Kobe. They went up 2-0, and they're like, Kobe, why the scowl? He's like, is it complete? You're 2-0. 2-0 don't get you a championship. 5 more games, get 5 more wins, get you a championship. There's no premature
Who
celebration.
was Kobe playing at that point?
Orlando.
Oh.
Orlando. You remember it? And I know a team that went up 3-1, and they was already the toast of the town. Oh, they always talking about, their owner, he up there dancing and doing all this thing, and Kawhi looking off. What happened to all Kawhi care about is the playoffs? What happened to load management? Oh, Kawhi load management. Don't you worry about this, Shannon. Clipper Nation y'all ain't no nation.
I'm glad you brought that up because right now the Clippers would be up 3-1 on the Lakers. You know it, and I know
This is what I know.
They were built and born to beat the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Unfortunately, they overlooked this cute little underdog called the Nuggets.
Skip, it doesn't do you any good to build a house that can withstand wind, but it can't withstand rain. Because what happens if the wind doesn't blow, but you get a deluge? So what happens if you don't play the Lakers? You built to beat the Lakers, but you don't play them on your quest to get to your ultimate destination. Then what?
This has become LeBron's easiest path to a ring by far.
Doesn't matter.
By far.
Guess what? No. Look, what would the ring say? Because there were times that in Tim
It'll have
Duncan,
an asterisk on it.
Tim Duncan's first win was a strike short.
It'll say COVID championship.
Let me ask you a question. When Tim Duncan won his first one, does anybody remember there was a strike shortened season?
I do.
No, you don't.
I bring
you
it
ain't
up all
mentioned.
the
No, ain't
time.
nobody mentioned it.
Come on, I bring it up
no,
all the
don't
time.
do that. Don't do that, Skip.
So just think of what LeBron just got to do. He got to take 5 months off at age 35.
Everybody else took 5 months off as well.
But he's the one ending his 17th NBA season. What's he up to NBA minutes? 3rd most?
Yes, 3rd.
Almost the 2nd most? Okay, so he got to do that. He got to beat a 35-39 Portland, the worst defensive team by far.
The best 8 seed in history.
Worst defensive team.
Yep.
And then he got to beat Houston with Daniel House disqualified.
With James Harden. Some said he's a greater offensive. I know a guy that sits on TNT that came out in the draft that says James Harden is a better offensive weapon than Michael Jordan. He said that on numerous occasions, and that's what LeBron had to go up against. Russell Westbrook, Skip Bayless comes out here and talks about he did that 3 straight years of triple-doubles. He did that. He's an MVP. LeBron walks the dog with him. Oh, they're terrible. They should have never been there. Now the Nuggets, the hottest team, the only team in the history of the NBA to come back from 2 3-1 deficits in the same playoffs, and now they're terrible. And they got 2 guys that's blossoming right before your eyes. Jamal Murray is a household name now.
The Clippers were your kryptonite.
Nah.
And you avoided them. You got to dodge that bullet. And the biggest bullets you've dodged this year were Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, who came close to playing. They were thinking about it. They were healthy enough to play, and they said, no, we better wait until next year. If they had joined that Nets team, you would have been in.
Well, guess what? If Kawhi had joined the Lakers, okay, since we doing ifs, if Kawhi joins the Lakers and Kawhi, LeBron, and AD, then what? What KD and Kyrie going to do with the Nets?
Okay, they're already signed by the Nets. So they are Nets, and they could have played this year. They could have played this year.
They had already said KD is not playing. KD was not playing until 2021.
There were rumors.
No, there were no rumors. Those were lies. I don't know who's speculating that. KD wasn't speculating.
You dodged another one.
No,
Congratulations.
We dodged nothing.
Way to go.
This is what we know. I want the people at home to know.
Yep.
This is what the Clippers did. That's what the Clippers did.
They choked on your food at your restaurant. Everybody chokes on your food.
Skip, give us our due. Why we can't get our credit?
You cook most of your food?
Yes. Why we can't get our credit? See, Skip, I got me some new masks right here because, makeup was getting on the other ones. Yeah. So these are.
Oh, so you ordered new masks?
Yeah. No, Fox
tell me
did.
where to order those.
No, Fox did.
Skip, way to go.
That was a good game last night, wasn't it, Skip?
It was good for LeBron. Way to go, LeBron.
No.
Congratulations.
You didn't enjoy watching the game?
Parade on Monday.
No, ain't no parade.
Yep.
No, we got a couple of weeks. We got about 2 weeks. But it definitely happening. Woo, I'm going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Skip, I'm going to miss time. I'm going to be at the parade.
Okay.
I'm going to be at the parade.
We'll just have you live at the parade.
You want to bring the mic to LeBron? Yeah. LeBron!
To answer your question, I want to see LeBron in the finals. You asked that earlier. I want to see it.
Yes, everybody want to see it.
I want to see it. Hopefully,
does.
He locks it in this weekend. Personally, I'm hoping for. So, Skip, I'm with you. Lakers are taking it in 5. Fingers crossed.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.